Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Jason. I'm your watch guy today. Now I am back with another AliExpress anniversary sale video. These are my top 10 watches above £100, so we are looking more at the premium market on AliExpress. A lot of them around the £100 mark, just above, but then there's a couple that, go quite a bit above, but you'll see why. So if you would like to pick any of these watches up, I have my affiliate links in the description. I would be very appreciative if you could use those when buying one. I'm going to release this video when the sale starts, so you should be able to pick them up straight away. Thank you, Zanea, again for sending me these hats. I am going to be giving a few of these away on the channel, but for now, it's just hiding my bad hair day. So guys, without further ado, let's get into this list of watches above £100. The first one I'm going to feature is this Aesop Turbulent with a really lovely starry sky dial. Tourbillon movement, so you can see why this is going to be above £100, but it looks absolutely fantastic. And in the sale, it's even cheaper than the last time we discussed. Now, I've recently sold one of my watches in my collection, and I've got a little bit of money to play around with. I'm thinking that this could be one of the things I pick up with that money, because I've always wanted a Tourbillon in my collection. I'm never going to really be able to afford a Swiss one, so this one could do. Now, if I get enough comments about this one, I will pick it up, obviously, because I'll want to review it for you guys then too. So let me know in the comments if you think this is a good option for my first Tourbillon watch. Also, if you know what the movement is, please let me know, because I can't find the exact movement anywhere. I know it's going to be Chinese, but which one, I don't know. I do know, however, that is a high beat movement, 28,800 beats per hour and 40 hours of power reserve. So it is a good standard of movement. Now, it is available from the 100% chronograph and tourbillon store on AliExpress. And in the sale, they are available for the price of £232.53. And I think that's a really, really good price for a tourbillon watch. I mean, I think the cheapest Swiss one you're going to get is around 10 to 20 grand. So I think it's worth it. Now, moving on from our tourbillon, over to a more traditional Chinese manufacturer of watches. This is the Seagull Ocean Star. It's a dive watch, and I think it's absolutely gorgeous. Now, Seagull are a very well-respected manufacturer in the watch world. They are Chinese, but they're probably the higher end of the Chinese market. They produce their own movements, which is very impressive for any watchmaker, and especially at the prices that Seagull offer watches at. They're not the cheapest on the market, but they are a very good price for what they are. This one in particular is I think it's the Chinese heart, they call it. It's got a little thing on the case back, a little Chinese symbol, a few Chinese symbols and a little red encapsment. It's quite nice, it's quite nice. Check the listing and you can see that. Now, I think the blue and red, the blue dial with the red bezel on this one is absolutely gorgeous. It is a bit bigger. I think it's 44 millimeters, so it's getting on the larger size. But it is a dive watch, 200 meters of water resistance, and is available on the official Seagull store on AliExpress. In the sale, they are offering this one at £322. Now, that's probably what you're going to pay for one of the higher end Chronos watches or Saint Martin watches. So I think they're in a good pool of competition, especially considering that they're producing their own movement there. So that is quite impressive. Moving on, we're moving towards the £100 mark, just above on this one. This is the HMD Sea Ghost. Now, I really wanted to get one of these in for review. I've reviewed the Felida No Time to Die homage and the Pagani Design No Time to Die homage, and I really wanted to get this one too. It looks absolutely fantastic. It's built in titanium, which is very impressive. It has that matte bezel instead of the glossy ones that you see on some homages, so it's a bit more true to form to the actual No Time to Die AMIGA. Now, this one is actually packed with an NH35 movement, so it does keep the cost down a little bit, but it does have a lovely, lovely domed sapphire crystal on it. And as I say, titanium casing, which is impressive. It comes on this really nice mesh bracelet. Now this one I found at the Good Luck 01 store on AliExpress. They are selling this in the AliExpress sale for £154.20. That is on the bracelet. So I think that's a really good price for that. Now, I think if you buy them from Heimdallr's website, they come in a little bit closer to the £200 mark. So you are saving a little bit of money here and you're getting exactly the same product. So I think it's a good option, especially in this sale period. Now the next watch is a homage of one of my favorite watches. Now it's actually from a brand called HARRYLAND. I hope I'm saying that right. I am 70% sure that I'm not. Sounds a little bit more Nordic, doesn't it? Not Chinese. They're definitely Chinese. Now this watch is actually packed with 300 meters of water resistance, which is an exceptional water resistance rating for a pilot watch. It's also set in this lovely bronze case. Now that against the textured green dial I think is absolutely beautiful, but it does come in a few other color choices. It also comes in a choice of movements. You can pick this up with the ST2130, which is a solid movement, or you can pick it up with a Swiss SW200 movement. Now, the SW200 movement obviously comes with a premium on the price, but it could be worth it if you want that really premium movement built into a watch that is playing in the budget market. So it's available on the Steel Dive watch store on AliExpress. Now, if you want it with the ST movement, it is £238. But if you want that little bit more premium feeling movement in the watch, it's going to cost you £323. Now, for an SW200 movement, that's a very good price. Now, let me just put it into perspective for you. You can also find these movements in an Aurus Aquastate or a Tag Heuer Formula 1 automatic that retails for around £1,800. So, yeah, it's a quality movement. Definitely worth a punt at that price, I believe. Now we're moving on to something that is definitely a hit or miss watch for a lot of people. You'll have heard of the AMIGA Ploprof. It is an absolutely substantial dive watch, and I've been a big fan of it since I saw it, to be honest, because it's just incredibly designed. It's insane enough for me to just instantly fall in love with it. And Steel Dive recently came out with a homage to it. I say recently, last year they came out with a homage to it. I really wanted to get one in, but I just couldn't seem to talk them into it or talk Steel Dive UK into it, unfortunately. They're now on sale. They are packed with NH35 movements, so not the most premium movement on the market, but it does come at more of a premium price. It does also have 1200 meters of water resistance, which it's a dive watch. You're not going to need much more for diving. You're never going to get to that depth yourself anyway. Now it's available on the iFashion watch store on AliExpress. That's where I found it. And for the price of £255.90 in the AliExpress sale, you can pick one up. And I don't know how many people are going to pick one of them up because it's very hit or miss, as I say. But I think it's a really good option for people who really adore that AMIGA, because there's not many homages to it on the market. I think I know of 3. There's one that I can't remember the name of. There's this one, and there's St. Martin's version of it, which is actually really, really nice. But I think it's a little bit higher in price. Speaking of St. Martin, obviously they're going to feature on this list. They're quickly becoming the kings of the £150 to £300 range. Them and Kronos, that they're kind of playing their own market in there. Like, there's no real competitors. There's Merca, who are stepping up a little bit, HARRYLAND, who are starting to do a few nice pieces, but really, on the AliExpress market, on that marketplace, the big players are Kronos and St. Martin. This is the St. Martin Diver. It has an absolutely gorgeous mother of pearl dial in it. You can pick other options, but I think for the same price, why would you not pick this one up? You can pick to either have this packed with a PT5000 movement or an SW200 movement. Now the SW200 is obviously the Swiss movement that I mentioned earlier. The PT5000 you may have heard of. They're becoming more prolific in the market. That is a Chinese clone, pretty much, of the SW200, which is also a clone of another movement, but I digress. So obviously the PT5000 is a more budget option, but if you do want that Swiss movement, the option is there. This is available on the San Martin official store on AliExpress. Is available with the PT5000 for £234. If you want that more premium movement in this one, it is £334. And mother of pearl dial included in that, I think that's an absolute steal, to be perfectly honest. Did I mention it's also got 500 meters of water resistance? Actual dive watch. So, you know. Now I did mention Mercury, and they offer this absolutely gorgeous GMT pilot watch. Now you've probably heard of another reviewer called Watches with George. Well, actually his name's George. Well, actually, I just call him G. But you'll have heard of him. He actually has this watch and he can't get enough of it. He thinks it's absolutely incredible for the price that he's paid for it. Now it does come with a Hangzhou movement, a Hangzhou GMT movement. There's the HZ6460. It's also packed with a sapphire crystal, so a lot of quality there. It's only got 100 meters of water resistance, but it is a pilot watch, so we can forgive it for that. This is available on the Lifan watch store on AliExpress, and it comes in at £238 during the sale. I think that's a very good option. And obviously with what I've heard about it from George, I think it's probably going to be a very quality watch. You'll have all seen the 1963 pilot watch, the one that Seagull re-released, or a lot of other people re-released, and there's a history there, but I'm not going to get into that. Absolutely gorgeous watch. Now this watch here is from Suges. It is the Panda chronograph that they offer, and it's very much in the same type of style. It's packed with the same movement, the ST1901. Very good movement, that one. It's built by Seagull once again, but I've had it in a couple of other watches, including I've reviewed the 1963 pilot. I think that's an absolutely incredible movement, and it offers a mechanical chronograph at a very affordable price on the market. Now this one here comes with a texturized dial, which I think is absolutely gorgeous. It comes in that Panda style also, which you know I love. It's available on the Suges official store. I know I'm saying that name wrong. Suges, I don't know, but it's available on their official store during the sale. You have the option to pick it up for £132 with the standard movement, or you can pick it up with the gooseneck addition to the movement at £137. Now, that is an addition, and it's only another £5. I'd probably go for it myself, but that's completely up to you. I think that's a quality watch. If you don't like the style of the 1963, it still gives you that type of vibe, but with a different color option, a different vibe to it. You know, it gives you a different option. Now, one from completely left field. This is the Redstar Traveler's Watch. It's a GMT watch. It's packed with a Seagull movement, and it's absolutely insane. You can see there it has 2 different time zones on the dial. It's got that powered indicator, a date indicator. There's so much going on that watch. It's out there. It's definitely out there. But for some reason, I really want one. I don't know why, I just really want one. Now, this is apparently a tribute to China's first traveler, Zheng, something like that. It's in there. You'll see that. It is packed with the Seagull ST2545 quality movement. It is also a mechanical movement, just like the ST1901. That's also a very good movement. Seagull offer brilliant movements. That's what I'm telling you. It's a very original design, and that plays to their favour. It's probably never going to be copied, I'll tell you that much. And I think it's one of those watches that it's not going to be for everyone, but for the people that it is for, it's going to be a must-have, because it's just that left field of insane enough for a lot of people, myself included. It's a very different design, very out there, very eccentric, but I quite like it. That's available on the ZY Chronograph store, and it's available for a very low price of £119.40 during the sale. I think that's an absolute bargain for a very original watch that you are never going to see on anyone else's wrist, and you'll be very shocked if you do, I think. Now we're going to end this list at number 10 with something that I've reviewed before, but in a different form. This is Sega Design's Z Series, But this is the Aircraft Carrier Edition. It has a few subtle differences to the one that I reviewed earlier in my channel's history. This one is actually coated in titanium, which is a very nice addition because the titanium that they're using is much more scratch resistant, and it obviously gives that titanium type of look to it. It is stainless steel. The watch is stainless steel, but it has a titanium coating, so it's not a fully titanium watch. But they're very honest about that. It's an automatic skeleton watch, automatic winding, so it's not a wind up watch. It is available on this very lovely blue band. I think that's absolutely stunning, actually. I think that's a really nice vibe to it. And as you can probably see, very different type of handset on this one. It's actually an aircraft handset. But yeah, it's out there. It's very out there. But for people who are fans of aviation and fighter jets and etc., I think that this could be a very good option. Now, they are quality watches and they're quite comfortable on wrist. I can vouch for that. This one is a little bit of a special edition, a few extras, nice display case and stuff like that. It is available on Seagull Design's global store, and it comes in at £191 during the sale. And I think under £200, that's a winner, to be quite honest. It's a very nice looking watch. Now, I know a lot of these watches that I have mentioned are not just impulse buys for a lot of people. These are going to be more go away and think about it type of watches. So if you do happen to be interested in any of these, please do use my affiliate link in the description. Add it into your cart. Maybe go find a review on a couple of them. I definitely advise you to look into them before purchasing. But on paper and on first impressions, these look like very, very good value for money watches, especially the ones with the Swiss movements or even the Swiss alternate movements like the PT5000. That is also a very good option. Please remember to subscribe to the channel also, guys. I'm recording this at 12 o'clock at night. I've got work in the morning. I've also got to edit it for you. So I'm putting in the effort. Please hit that subscribe button, and I will hopefully see you in the next one.